This is Cashing Out on VSiN, the sports betting network.
All right, let's have some fun. It's my Friday night. I'm taking you into your Friday here. Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo officially underway, just like this Clippers-Nuggets game. LA leading at 38-33. We've got a ton of fun coming at you. Live action on the ice in the NBA. Couple of late baseball games to get you through your Thursday evening when there were a ton of day games earlier in the day. Gonna recap what was beyond exciting basketball in Motown. My New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson, the icing on the cake of the comeback as the Knicks eliminate Detroit in 6 and will await the Boston Celtics for their second round series. Don't let my smile fool you. I still think that the Celtics are going to slaughter the Knicks in the second round, and the early odds would certainly reflect that. Boston minus $8, the Knicks plus 560. It's got to be the most lopsided from an odds perspective, 2 versus 3 second round matchup in NBA history. Absolutely insane to have the Celtics minus 800, but you know what? They were 4-0 against the Knicks in the regular season. First 3 games, all decided by double digits. Some might say deservedly so when it comes to those odds. Still crazy nonetheless. We've got craziness on the ice. How about Colorado, the Avalanche? My goodness, they were up 2-0 after 1. Are we even 5 minutes into the second period? What does that clock say, 15:30? We've had 3 goals in 5 minutes. Dallas with 2 to knot it up. And now the Avs answer on home ice, facing elimination. Season on the line. 3-2. Colorado back on top. Wow, what a sequence. The Avalanche kept looking for their opportunity. Struggled to find it. Tried a couple of centering opportunities. Finally found Martin Nisas right to the left of the net. Well, to Ottinger's left. Right of the net if you're facing it. But wow. What a goal. What a find. What a feed. What a finish. Colorado, 3-2. Back on top. Speaking of 3-2, we're not even done with the first period in Edmonton. It's already 3-2 Oilers. Raise your hand if you had an over in that game. I mean, wow. What a high-scoring affair there. 5 first period goals. Kings season on the line. Oilers looking to win 4 straight and send LA home for a 4th straight year. That would be something after the Kings took a would seem to be commanding 2-0 lead in the series. Over on the Diamond, got 2 games going on right now. Action in both. Not feeling fantastic about it. Angels up 4-2 over Detroit at the moment. They're through 5 in Anaheim. Casey Mai is getting touched up a little bit for the Tigers. Yusei Kikuchi got the ball for the Angels. Up in the Bay Area, the Giants are up in the bottom of the 6th. Justin Verlander's been superb. 6 innings of 1-run ball, but it's 1-1. He's not getting much run support against Colorado, a team that's 1-14 on the road. Giants were laying about 240 going into this one, so we took Verlander to get the win plus $1.30. Luckily, he's been economical as hell. I mean, didn't want to play outs recorded over 17.5 because he had to lay. It was 70 cents yesterday when we were on air. Woke up, it was minus 190 for Verlander over 17.5 outs. Did not want to lay that price, understandably so. So took him to get the win plus $1.30. But run support has been hard to come by, although they do have a leadoff hit here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Maybe that can ignite something for the Giants. Score some runs here, have JV go back out for the 7th, and never look back. That would be ideal because this Tigers money line play does not feel ideal. Trailing 4-2 in the 6th. A lot of baseball left. 4 full innings to go. Angels bullpen, nothing to write home about. So we'll see. Certainly not going to count the Tigers out yet. Best ERA in the American League. So I'll take their bullpen against the Angels. They just have to get the bats going. They've been crushing lefties this year. Not the case tonight, just 2 runs through 5. Let's get back to this Clippers-Nuggets game. 43-37. Clippers lead it. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Had no action on the side in this one as Jokic puts in a nice little spin and a hook shot, make it a 4-point game. Was waiting, said it yesterday, we were going to look for a live spot here if Denver took a lead to maybe come back on the Clips. That spot has not presented itself yet as LA, thanks to a James Harden 3, goes up 7. Might be the biggest lead of the night so far for the Clippers. Commercial break. That means we're going to get you some live odds from Inglewood. 5:14 to go. Quarter number 2. Harden's having a night. 18 points now after that 3 for James Harden. Not quite at Jalen Brunson status yet, but James Harden certainly asserting himself like he did in Game 1. Kawhi, not so much. I mean, look, he hasn't had to yet. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Still waiting for Kawhi. He has not had a Kawhi-type game since Game 2. Zubats has 4 points. Norm Powell's got 8, but it's been all James Harden with 18. And that was his first 3. 1 of 2 from deep. 5 twos, 5 free throws. Harden not really needing to utilize the 3-ball in this one. For Denver, it's been anything but a balanced scoring attack. They've got 39 points, 33 from Gordon, Jokic, and Murray. Murray, coming off a 40-piece, has 12. Jokic, 11. Gordon, 10. Just 6 points combined from the other 5 Nuggets who have logged minutes in this one. So it's been their big 3 and no one else thus far. Russ Westbrook does have 4 points, 4 assists. But, you know, far cry from the 16 first-half points he had in their Game 5 win at home. So they're at commercial right now. The live odds in that game, as we've got another goal. Holy cow. Dallas ties it at 3. Goals galore in these late games, huh? Edmonton, LA, Dallas, Colorado. They've played a combined, we'll call it what? 48 minutes combined, and we're looking at 11 goals. Neither team is through 2 periods yet. I mean, wow. 6 goals in Colorado, 5 in Edmonton. Neither game has reached the halfway mark yet. Colorado, Dallas is close. Edmonton, LA just ended the first period. Wow. Unreal. Hey, good news by the Bay. Oh, is that going to get down too? No, that'll be a fly ball, move the runner over. Wilmer Flores had an RBI double. Giants up 2-1. And now after a fly out to the warning track in right center, Wilmer's on third with 1 out. Giants looking to add on and maybe make it a 3-1 lead at least for me here after 6. Get you live odds on the Clippers. They're up 7. They're laying 7.5 right now. Live total, 214 and a hook. Interesting to only be laying 7.5 up 7. I mean, look, this series has been, a series filled with runs, right? I keep citing that Game 4 where Denver won it on the buzzer-beating dunk by Gordon. LA at one point in the fourth quarter, I checked the live odds as I'm watching that at the bar on Saturday, and they're plus 11.5 in the fourth quarter. Ended up losing by 2. So there have been a ton of runs this entire series, and the books obviously accounting for that. Not buying too heavily into this early 7-point lead for the Clippers. But I will say the big thing for me is that the Clippers look a lot more sound defensively, holding Denver to 39 points in the first quarter and a half plus here. They look a lot better defensively than they did in Game 5 as Jokic gets bumped by Zubats, and he will head to the line. How many fouls is that for Zubats? That is just his first. Beautiful. Ivica Zubats gotten some foul trouble in Game 5, but he has had really a sensational series. Zubats has played consistently well for the Clippers in this series. Coming off 27 points, Game 5. He's had 3 games of a dozen or more rebounds, 9 or more in 4 games. 16 points has been his low mark. So 3 double-doubles. I mean, he's averaging 20.5 and 10 in this series. So Zubats has been really sensational. Also, eating minutes. Playing 37 or more minutes, 4 out of the 5 games. He's eclipsed the 40-minute mark twice. There's Westbrook, huh? How about that pull-up transition 3 from the left wing? We've got a 3-point game. You can get the Clippers now. Well, they're laying 5.5. I thought that would have moved a little more. 3-point game here. Corner 3. Is that Kawhi? It's no good. Doesn't matter. Leonard not really showing up for us in this one. Nuggets got it within 1. Wow. Hey, the Giants just got another double. 3-1. San Francisco. All right. Maybe we can get something in the win column there. Had the Mets earlier to not bat in the bottom of the 9th. Minus 110 as opposed to laying about 50 cents on the money line. That did not get home. Zach Gallen pitched a gem. Arizona beats the Mets. Juan Soto, 2 home runs. His first 2 at Citi Field as a member of the Mets. Hit plenty there with the Nationals, but not enough. Mets had 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. A single would have given them the lead. Vientos and Nimmo struck out back-to-back at-bats, and that would do it. Didn't put up much of a fight there in the 9th. Hey, folks, this summer, don't forget to go all in right here at Circa Las Vegas with the ultimate getaway package. Just $400 all in. You'll get a 2-night stay here at Circa, $100 dining credit, a $100 beverage credit, and your very own daybed at Stadium Swim where the party never stops. All that for just $400, resort fees and taxes included. Limited time offer, good May 26th to September 4th. Don't miss out. Lock it in. Your all-in summer package, circalasvegas.com.
Out here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Ceraulo, taking you through your Thursday night, getting your weekend started the best way possible right here with some Clippers Nuggets action. Denver making it a 1-point game. Big corner 3 right there. Who hit that? Peyton Watson. First shot, and it's good off the bench. First time a player off Denver's bench not named Russ Westbrook has contributed offensively. And here comes Jokic giving Denver the lead. Wow. James Harden has been having the quarter of his life. I believe he's got 17 in the second quarter here. And the Denver Nuggets somehow up. 7 seconds left. Here's Harden with the ball. Pulls up. Top of the key 3. No good. Zubac's the tip. It's good. 58-57. Clippers. 1 second left. Full court heave. No good. That'll take us to the half. LA back on top. 58-57. I thought Harden was going to drain that top of the key 3. The man had been on fire. He's got 21. 17 in the second quarter. There was a point where Denver was only outscoring Harden in the second quarter, 20-17, but they end with 29. The Clippers put up a 33 spot. Kawhi's got 13 and 4, so a little late run on points by Kawhi as well. Not quite to Harden's caliber, but he's still got 13 points, 4 boards. That gives us 17, over halfway to our combo. If he has a big second half, we should get there. No one else in double figures for the Clippers. Denver, 4 guys in double figures. That was all Jokic late there, quarter number 2. He's got 20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. You know another triple-double's coming. How about Jamal Murray? He's got 12, 6, and 6. He's closer to a triple-double than Jokic. Aaron Gordon's got 10. Russ, 10 points, 4 dimes, 3 boards off the bench. Live odds, LA minus 4.5. Up 1. It's intriguing. I'm not going to lie. Live total, 219.5. They're at what? 115 right now? 219.5. So that would indicate a defensive second half. Clippers money line minus $2. Denver plus $1.55. Look, that's good value for a team down 1. Looking to clinch. $1.55. If you like the Nuggets, that money line's juicy. I'm going to wait on the Clippers. I'm going to see if Denver comes out. You know, I've got no action on the side here. I'm content waiting. If Denver goes on a little run, next thing you know, they're up 8. I could come back on the Clippers. I have no issue being patient on that front. I'm just not jumping at the bit to lay chomping at the bit, to lay 4.5 with LA up 1 at the break. Still 3-3 in Colorado. I believe, I've got a little bit of the glare with the television up there. I believe that says 6 minutes to go in the second. Knotted up at 3. That live total, 8.5. I'll tell you what, I'd be inclined to go, the over is minus 250. Never mind. That's a wild price. Over 8.5, minus 250. Stars money line plus $1.30. Colorado minus 165. Kings Oilers. How about Edmonton's up 3-2? They're $4 favorites. The Kings are down only 1, and they're plus 280. Obviously, it's a great price for a team that's only down 1 after 20 minutes. I also, at the same time, have no reason to believe LA's got a shot in this game. So, I thought the Oilers coming into this one would emerge victors, and I'm certainly not rushing, despite that price, to go LA. I just can't get there on that. We're going to be talking hockey up shortly. Hey, folks, how about the incredible guest list that we've got tonight, huh? 4 superb guests, and it starts in about 10 minutes. Our buddy Jonny Lazarus, host of the Daily Faceoff, former VSiN contributor, now over at Bleacher Report. He's going to join us in about 10 minutes. Then, VSiN contributor, host, pony expert, Mike Somich, going to be with us in hour 2. How about a pair of VSiN experts, hour 2? Greg Peterson. We'll go over some Friday MLB series prices as well as Friday's individual games. And then our buddy Colby Dant from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network going to take us home in hour 3. We've got a locked and loaded guest list. We're only just getting started right here on Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo. How about my Knicks? That game earlier was something, wasn't it? Getting home against Detroit in Motown, 3-0 in Detroit that series. 116, 113. The Knicks pull it off. It felt like they tried to give it away. This was as back and forth a game. We've seen really evenly matched games this series. This was as back and forth and lopsidedly back and forth, right? The Knicks were plus 14 after the first quarter. Detroit goes plus 16 in the second, takes a 2-point lead into the half. Then the Knicks go plus 13 in the third quarter. They take, an 11-point lead into the fourth, only for Detroit to go on a silly run to open the fourth quarter. Next thing you know, 3 minutes to go, Detroit's up 7. They were down 11 going into the fourth quarter. Outscored the Knicks by 18 in about a 9-minute span. They're up 112-105, and that's when the Knicks went to work, orchestrating the comeback. Down 7, just inside of 3 minutes to go. They end the game on an 11-1 run. It was absolute craziness. Brunson doing it almost single-handedly. A floater, some free throws. Karl Anthony Towns contributed a little bit. Mikal Bridges got involved on an offensive board, put back off a missed Brunson shot, tied the game up. And then the Knicks get a stop, and Jalen Brunson crosses up Thompson like a varsity kid practicing with the middle schoolers. I mean, just totally outclassed him, set himself up for a great look, a wide open look from 3, top of the key. And that was all she wrote. 5 seconds left. Brunson puts it in. The Knicks defense clamps down. Detroit couldn't even generate a shot at the end there. And in the most back and forth game of the series, New York prevails. They win all 3 games in Detroit. Road team rattles off 5 straight wins going back to game 2 behind a 40-piece from Brunson. The Knicks moving on. How about every starter in double figures? Cat had a week 1 offensively, did contribute with 15 boards, just 10 points. Josh Hart, 13 points and 10. He had a double-double as well. Anunoby had 22. Bridges, maybe his best game as a Knick. 11 of 16 from the floor, 25 points. Much needed offensive output by Mikal Bridges right there. I mean, hey, the Knicks needed everything they could get offensively, right? 3-point game, 116-113. Game had the second most offense of any game this series. Only game 3 featured more scoring. Pistons had 3 guys with 20 pieces. Cunningham, 23 points, 8 dimes, 7 boards. 0 of 8 from 3, though. And the Knicks stopped them, driving to the rack at the end. Let's look at the Knicks' upcoming matchup, their upcoming series with the Boston Celtics. We just flashed those graphics up on your screen. We'll throw them back up there. Got some exactas that are intriguing to me. Boston in 5, plus 220 stands out. I hate to say it. I want to be optimistic. Look at the Knicks in 7 and the Knicks in 6. I mean, Knicks in 6, 12-1, Knicks in 7. You're getting 12-1 or better on every Knicks exacta. No faith. And honestly, as much as I want to say, I want to sit here with a cocky grin on my face and say, keep doubting us. Keep doubting New York. Doubt Jalen Brunson and these Knicks. No, you should doubt us. You should doubt the Knicks right now. I've got no reason to believe that the New York Knicks are going to win the series. I have no reason to believe they're going to be all that competitive with Boston. And I hate to say it. I hate to be a Debbie Downer. It's not a matter of if the Celtics win. It's a matter of when and how many games. And I think, there's a reason it's the shortest price. I think Boston in 5 makes sense. Maybe it goes 6 plus 475. I'm not going to say, if the Knicks get back to MSG, they're not going to let Boston. No, they went 1-2 at MSG against the Pistons. They went 3-0 on the road. They're not going to go 3-0 at TD Garden. The Knicks did not defend home court this series. Their last 3 wins came by 2, 1, and 3 points. 6 combined points. They had the 11-point game 1 win, which was a whole lot closer than an 11-point game, if we're being honest here, right? They needed that 21-0 run. It was a whole lot closer than an 11-point game. Every game the rest of the way, Detroit by 6, Knicks by 2, Knicks by 1, Detroit by 3, Knicks by 3. Every game was a nail-biter. I think the Knicks had to exert way too much energy for this first-round matchup to go into this Boston series feeling good. I just don't see this one ending well. -$8, the Celtics. It's an egregious price for a 2-3. Like I said, I would love if we could get word on that. What's the most lopsided price we've seen in a 2-3 matchup? Second round. I can't imagine we've ever had a 2-3 matchup have a favorite more lopsided than $8. Knicks plus 550. Jonny Lazarus joins us on the other side. More Cashing Out with Joe Ceraulo up next.
Welcome back to Cashing Out here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Cashing Out continues with me, Joe Ceraulo, taking you through your Thursday night. We've got loads of live action. The Clippers-Nuggets game at the half. A couple of thrilling games on the ice. Dallas has just taken a 4-3 lead over Colorado in Colorado. Game 6. The Stanley Cup playoffs have been sensational. Let's take it over to the Progressive guest line now. Welcome in one of my favorite hockey experts. You can catch him, host of the Daily Faceoff, does terrific work over at Bleacher Report. Our friend Jonny Lazarus joining the show. Johnny, I want to get to the hockey with you, my man. But first, as a couple of proud Long Islanders, proud New Yorkers, I got to get your reaction. Holy crap, that Knicks-Pistons finish. Man, walk us through that. Jalen Brunson was sensational.
Yeah, you got to start Knicks, obviously. A great night here in New York. I'm actually at my parents' house on Long Island tonight. So, typically I'm in charge of the remote when I'm here, when hockey's on. But my old man, being a big Knicks fan that he is, I had to give him the rights. So we caught the end of the Knicks game while the hockey games were going on. So we got to see Jalen Brunson's magical three-pointer late in that game, and what an unreal comeback that was. So, super fired up about the Knicks. But now I got to stay up and watch this unreal Dallas-Colorado game, and Edmonton-LA has been a firecracker so far, too.
I mean, this has been nuts. We've got 12 goals combined in these two games, both in the second period as we speak. I do, sticking with the Knicks here, though, before we get to these games, I do want to ask you, the price has come out for Knicks-Celtics second round, and I thought Detroit really gave the Knicks a tougher time in every single game than they should have. Not that they weren't a good team, but there should have been one game, or maybe two games, where the Knicks separated themselves. They really didn't. They obviously execute the big comeback, 3 minutes to go there. They are plus 550 to beat Boston. The Celtics minus 800. I've never seen a second round series matchup, especially between a 2 and a 3 seed, that's had such a wide disparity in the pricing. Do you give our Knicks a shot in hell? I know we're both fans, but I personally can't see them beating Boston. What do you think?
I got to be honest, I don't watch a ton of Boston during the year. I'm not as dialed as I'd like to be anymore in the NBA, but like with the personnel the Knicks got, with the way Cat played in the first round, obviously with JB as the captain and, you know, that no-quit mentality he's got, and honestly guys like Campaign who stepped up and had a pretty good series. You know, obviously OG's a beast as well. Like, these guys compete hard every night, so I give them a chance, but it's going to be tough to beat that Boston team. They're loaded.
Well, man, I'll say this. I hope your optimism I hope it's contagious. I hope it bleeds over to me a little bit. Let's get to the live action hockey we've got right now. LA, Edmonton. The Oilers find themselves in a 2-0 hole. Now they're in the driver's seat. Chance to eliminate the Kings for a 4th straight year. Up 3-2 here. Puck line, Edmonton minus 1.5. LA plus 1.5, practically evenly priced there. How do you think this one unfolds? What were you looking for coming into it?
So this morning I was all over the Oilers, but after this game started, even though the Kings are down right now, I would live bet the hell out of the Kings if you can get a good a good dollar on it or so. Right now in the second period, LA's been dominant. They've had a 2-on-0 rush. They've hit a post. They've had 2-on-1s. Edmonton's defense has been so leaky this whole series that even when the Oilers tied the series at 2-2, it felt like the Kings were still somehow losing just because they gave it away. Like, LA had been dominant for 10 of the first 12 periods in this series, but they sat back on their leads and allowed a team as talented offensively like Edmonton to play offense, right? Like, you can't play prevent defense in hockey. So, the Kings were the much better team. They are the better team, but they've almost beaten themselves. And now when desperation kicks in, you're seeing LA be the much better team here in the second period. So I do think the Kings find a way to tie it. All due respect to Calvin Pickard, he's had a hell of a game and hell of a series in stepping in, but this defense is just way too leaky, and I think the Kings are going to find a way to do it. I actually just placed a little live bet myself on LA. I
was going to say they're plus 290 right now, almost 3-1. So you're all over that price, huh?
Yeah, it's worth it to drop like a half unit on it.
I love it. And then I assume if they were able to win this one, getting a Game 7 back in Los Angeles where they were the best home team in hockey this regular season, you'd be all over them on the series then, right?
I would be all over the over. That's what I'd be over. Game 7, you never know what can happen, but in this series, it's been nonstop goal scoring. The over's hit in every single game. So I expect it to hit again tonight with more than half the game to go already, and we're at 5 goals. So I would just take every single total you can find if this does go Game 7.
I love it, Johnny. Speaking of overs, Dallas 4, Colorado 3 after 2 periods. That live total, 9.5. It's even money to the over. Do you think we see 3 third-period goals? What do you think about that live total?
I don't know. I think Dallas is going to tighten up a little bit, but they might sit back. Obviously a 1-goal lead in the third period with a chance to end the team's season. Things get a little tight in those situations. So I don't think Dallas will be taking many chances offensively. They're going to get the puck in deep and just sit back and play defense and try to slow down Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar, which they've done a really good job at for the most part of the series. Not as much McKinnon, more so Makar, but Cale Makar is a defenseman who's had 30 goals this regular season and hasn't been able to score 1 in the playoffs. So they've done a pretty good job neutralizing him. I think with Jake Ottinger, in the blue paint for them, he's been the much better goalie in this series. Actually, that's not fair to say. Blackwood's been really good too, but not in the past couple games. Ottinger's been the best goalie in the past couple games. So I think he finds a way to shut it down. And listen, this is tough to say because Colorado is my cup team.
Right.
But Dallas, there's just, they've just found ways to do it. And it's tough to beat that Colorado team, especially on the road. But I don't know, they're proving me wrong right now.
Yeah, so Colorado, coming in, they were the favorites. You mentioned that they're your pick. Dallas was, I believe, the 3rd or 4th favorite on the board. So the market was telling us whoever prevailed in this series was going to be a popular pick moving forward to win the Cup. Colorado wins Game 1. Now Dallas has won 3 out of the last 4. Avalanche, last chance here this series on home ice to keep the season alive. Down 1, would you look to the money line plus 150 live at a price like that? Would that intrigue you?
You said it's plus 150?
Colorado's plus 150 to win the game. Dallas is minus $2. Yep.
Oh, wow. definitely intriguing. Listen, in the regular season when Colorado was down, they were always a team that I live bet on home ice. Right now, I do think they've been the better team in this game, too. They let in 4 goals in that second period, right? They had a 2-goal lead going into the second, and it kind of fell apart a little bit defensively. But like I said, I do expect the Stars to sit back. It's not something I'd feel so confident in, but if there's one team down 1 on home ice that, is worth the risk, it probably is the Colorado Avalanche.
All right, I like it, man. Let's get to Friday's action. Only one game, Winnipeg, St. Louis, pretty evenly priced. You can get St. Louis as short as -115. Winnipeg, if you shop around, you can get just about even money on them. Do the Jets close it out in this one, or do the Blues send it to 7?
It's going 7 for sure, especially since Mark Scheifele, who's been the best player for Winnipeg, isn't traveling after being hit twice, once by Braden Shed, and I believe the other was by Radek Faksa in Game 5, and that put him out. Like I said, he hasn't even traveled with the team, so that's a huge loss for Winnipeg. And the way Connor Hellebuyck played on the road in the previous 2 games, there's no confidence in Hellebuyck right now in net for Winnipeg. St. Louis was the much better team in both those games is it called Scottrade? No, Enterprise Center. I always mess that up. But I'm very confident in the Blues' ability to bounce back on home ice and force Game 7.
How about in the prop market? What are you eyeing there?
So for me, it's been Colton Parayko shots. St. Louis, the way they've played, they get the puck from low to high and just get it right to the net and try to bang rebounds home. And Parayko has been the guy who's been throwing the pucks toward the net the most. He's a defenseman, but he leads the team in shots right now at 12 shots through 5 games. And obviously in a game where you're desperate, you're going to put as many pucks as you possibly can on net. So Parayko only had 2 shots in Game 5. St. Louis was limited a little bit offensively. I think they bounced back in Game 6. He had 3 shots in Game 3 at home ice and 4 shots in Game 4 on home ice. So I think that number will be right around 2.5. And I'm confident Parayko can hit that over.
I love it. Johnny, before we let you go, I got to ask you, Eastern Conference, second round, early money is coming in on Carolina. They're -155 on this series. Would you take a flyer on Washington plus $1.35 with home ice advantage?
Oh, that's going to be a great series. Listen, I think Carolina is a really strong team, and they're tough to beat, especially in their own building. But right now, what's going to separate Washington is goaltending. Freddie Anderson got hurt. Not sure what his status is going to be come Game 1, but he's
Believe we might have lost Johnny's phone connection right there. So appreciate the time. As always, our friend Jonny Lazarus. Check him out. He's the host of Daily Faceoff. Does great work over at Bleacher Report. Too bad. I would have loved to hear what he had to say at the end about that Washington-Carolina series. But it did feel like there was a but coming. Like Washington has been a great team, has had a great season, but Carolina has the edge in net and just might prove to be too much for the Capitals. So thanks to Johnny, as always, for his time. And folks, smarter betting starts right here, and it lasts all year long with a VSiN Pro subscription. For a limited time, we're slashing the price of our annual subscription, normally $240, now just $199. And when you sign up today, we'll throw in an extra 2 months free. That's 14 months of VSiN Pro access for less than 50 cents a day when you use the promo code PRO. Get 14 months of access to our daily best bets, exclusive splits, live video on the VSiN Watch app, plus our special edition betting guides like the Kentucky Derby one by going to VSiN.com/subscribe now and using the promo code PRO to lock in 14 months of VSiN Pro for just $1.99. Cashing Out continues with Joe Ceraulo taking you through your Thursday night here. Tons of live playoff action. Edmonton, LA, in an absolutely fun one. The Oilers, sorry if you see me moving around. If you're watching the program, you probably get it. We got tripods everywhere in the studio. The single shot camera to the left of the three is conveniently right in the way of the score in the Edmonton-LA game. So I can see the action, I can see the ice fine, but the score bug up top perfectly blocked. So Edmonton has made it 4-2, another goal up there, and they are looking to eliminate the Kings, looking for a 4th straight win and a 4th straight season where they send Los Angeles home. How about the Detroit Tigers? Dylan Dingler, how you doing? off of Reed Detmers. As we speak, a 3-run homer. Detroit has stormed back from a 4-2 deficit to take a 7-4 lead in the 8th inning in Anaheim. Why am I so excited? Because it was one of my best bets. Tigers, money line. I actually got minus 150. Gave out minus 120 on the show. Got home, locked it in at minus 115. If they win, it doesn't matter. A unit's a unit. Save us 5 cents if they lose. But wow, Dylan Dingler. Game was tied up. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Left field in Anaheim. See ya. Wow, about halfway up the seats out there in left. What a moonshot. Tigers 7-4. Casey Mize, by the way, is in line to get the win. He had given up 4 earned in 4 innings. Pitch count was low. Settled in. Mowed the Angels down in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Not a quality start because he gave up 4 runs. But Casey Mize, a valiant effort, we'll call it, to stay in there, stay composed, and go 7 innings. He hasn't even hit 100 pitches. 95 pitches, 4 earned, 7 innings of work, 4 Ks. And he might be rewarded with a win. 7-4, Tigers lead. Edmonton's got another. Look at that. Wow. Fireworks everywhere. On the diamond in Anaheim, on the ice in Alberta. I think it's Alberta, right? If you want to correct me on my Canadian geography, make sure you tweet at the show, at the Joe Ceraulo. It is Alberta. Our terrific producer, Jared Moore, confirms. I don't know. I spent 6 months living in Toronto. But, Alberta, they call it the Texas of Canada. Kind of all blends in a little bit up there. I wouldn't say I'm the most well-versed when you get to central and western Canada. I've got Ontario down. I had some of the roads out there memorized. I was out there for COVID. It's what happens when you date a Canadian girl and the border closes because of a pandemic. You got to pick. She comes to New York or I go to Canada. I went to Canada for 6 months. Quickly, thankfully, made me realize she wasn't the one. Edmonton, 5. LA, 2. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Trent Frederick, 4th career playoff goal. Edmonton with 2 goals in 96 seconds. How about the Clippers and Nuggets halfway through the third quarter? LA expanding that lead, 74-66. They're up 8 in the third quarter. James Harden, who had the second quarter of a lifetime, has done nothing here in the third, but it's exactly what we needed. It's the Kawhi show. He's got 20 points, 7 boards. That gives him 27. We went over 32.5 points and boards. So we are, here we go, 22 points. Another bucket for Kawhi. I love it. We're 4 points and rebounds away with 16 minutes to go from getting home on our Kawhi prop. So that'll be nice after we just missed it. Game 5, he finished with 29, needed 33. Now he's at 29. And we, once again, need 33. Beautiful dunk. All started from a shot that he missed. Clippers up 10. Angels have a pitching change. Javi Baez up for Detroit. If you tailed us on the Tigers' money line, I'll tell you, betting on sports giveth and taketh away. San Francisco Giants bullpen. Terrible. You got a 3-1 lead, although in all fairness, Verlander gave up a homer to McMahon, so it was 3-2. Camilo Doval comes in, and they cough up the lead. Colorado's now winning 4-3. So Verlander left 6 1/3 innings of work, 2 earned. Should have been in position to get the win with numbers like that. Did not. Going to get a no decision. And we lose our plus 130 Verlander to get the win bet. You know, I said it during the VSiN Daily Morning Bets. I said honorable mention. We were going to play because I like the plus 130 price, Verlander to get the win. But honorable mention, Kyle Freeland, over 2.5 earned runs. He gave up 3. That would have gotten home minus 120. Verlander to get the win. Still seeking his first win as a Giant. 3 straight quality starts. His last 3 starts, 18 1/3 innings of work, 4 earned runs. He's really settled in, has Justin Verlander. 5 earned runs, excuse me. Because he gave up that second one, that home run that ended his night here tonight. So Verlander has settled in 18 1/3 innings, 5 earned in his last 3 starts. But still seeking that first win as a Giant. And they're going to head to the 9th, down 4-3. Meanwhile, Detroit just turned the lineup over. 9-hitter. Sweeney gets on. 2 outs. Third period underway in Colorado. Dallas 4, Avalanche 3. Bound to have an exciting finish there. James Harden's got his first bucket of the third quarter. Kawhi's got 22 and 8. I believe he just went to the bench. But we are 3 points and rebounds away in the final 16 minutes from cashing out on Kawhi Leonard over 32.5. So if Detroit holds on to win, it looks like it'll be a 2-2 day. 1-2 on the diamond, 2-2 overall. Didn't get that live bet opportunity for the Clippers. They're up 14 going to commercial break here. Wow, 4.5 now at halftime would have felt like a steal. This has been a great day in sports. 4 Stanley Cup playoff games. Kings get one back. Wow, LA wasting no time. Jordan Spence. How you doing? 5-3 Edmonton. 8 goals in Edmonton. 7 goals in Colorado. All in the first 2 periods. That's craziness. Get you some live action here. Edmonton currently up 2. Puck line got to be 1.5, I'd imagine. Let's get a quick little refresh going here. 2.5. Wow, Oilers. Minus 2.5 is minus 130. If you think the Kings have a little bounce back in them, then you can get them plus 2.5 at even money. On the money line, they're 10-1 almost, plus 950. So that's a quite the money line price, but they would have to make up a 2-goal deficit and then somehow emerge victorious in this one. Plus 2.5, even money, doesn't look bad to me. Also, live total, 10.5 on the, it's a crazy total. 9.5 in Colorado. So either way, you would need 3 goals in each game to get over your live total. In Colorado, Dallas, it's plus 170 as there is about 16 minutes left in that contest. Clippers Nuggets has resumed. Kawhi has been sensational. 22 and 8. 3 more points, 3 more rebounds, a combination of 3 of each, and we are home with Kawhi, as I believe he is on the bench here to end the third quarter, and deservedly so. He has had a hell of a third quarter. He was at, 17 points and rebounds at halftime? So he was on pace to make it close, but, far from a sure thing. Now he's at 30. Nuggets get a 3 from Christian Braun. James Harden, was that Harden? No, who was that? Answered with a layup. It was someone. Derek Jones Jr., I believe, off the bench. Just got to the rim. His first bucket of the night. He's 1 of 5. First 4 shot attempts, all 3s, missed them all. When in doubt, when you're missing from deep, get to the rack. Jokic blocked. Clippers pushing. Up a baker's dozen. Jones to Zubats. Couldn't handle the pass. Nuggets trying to answer. Final 10 seconds on the ice. Edmonton on the attack here, trying to get a shot off. Wide right there by the Oilers. 3, 2, 1. Head into the break. Up 5-3. Oilers 20 minutes away from advancing. Wow. This has been some night in hockey. If you don't love playoff hockey, what's wrong with you? Stanley Cup playoffs, I think they prove it every year. They're better than the NBA playoffs. They just are. I think every single year they prove that. I'm not even a big hockey guy, but that's just the fact of the matter. You can't really dispute that. Clippers now up 14 in Inglewood, trying to send it to a Game 7 in Denver. About 14 minutes of game action away from doing so. More cashing out with Joe Ceraulo. It's a whole new hour on the other side.